Okay. Talk away.
Linea di questo è perfetta. 15. Perfetta. I think it curves a little more actually. Yeah. Il tuo era perfetto, guarda che se ce l'hai buono puoi giocarlo anche tu, eh. È un po' più larga questa. 14,9. Non è male, eh. Anzi. Ottima. Max linea. 15,5. Giù. Giù. Buona. 15,5. Corre. Linea perfetta. Forte. 15,4. Perfetto. Sembra più bello sto campo. È già velocissimo, vero? Buon release. Era un siluro, vero? Pelo meno finita anche. Spazio. Così? Come questa? Sì, sì, bene. Pelo meno finita dell'ultima, eh. Linea migliore. Sta girando molto, eh. Vai, 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 boy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Giro. Tolgo? I remove? Aspetta. Bravi, boy.
Quanto bello zero che ho fatto.
Sì.
Picking it up right now. I think that's only. No, you're good for.
Yeah, with sweepers.
With sweepers, yeah. I don't know. Can't even find it in the rules. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
59? 14-4. Però i drop shot sono ottimi. Speriamo non lo pinnino anche loro. Sì. 15,5. We just need to hope they don't pin it.
Exactly.
But
Don't worry, whatever. It didn't do you any luck last time.
no, that's true.
Sorry? Huh? Really? It's all there. Oh, close. Shade tighter. More. Okay. Shade tighter on the second one, yeah? Okay.
Questioning the first one because of. I think the
What'd you get?
stuffed in it. It was like 29 and 36, but
Watch all the way back. Like 55.
okay. Well, this is a fresh path.
Set.
Okay.
Or wait. Yeah, a little bit. I think once we get up to game speed, we'll be close.
The rocks are fine.
Anything?
57.
What was mine?
That's gonna be close. Line's real nice. Running a bit. It's going to be Derek's if you ever need. 44. Yeah, just let it dig. That's it. Might have.
Mr. Go- Oh, fuck you.
He's up. 4.
Oh my god. Nuked it. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Draw 2
I think-
of the
Just a soft
original
I don't think it'll be as quick
Men's
going this way.
Cashville here at the Calgary Curling Club. We're about to start
Like
Draw
Coles,
2,
like you said,
which
we got a
has
59
Team
on Coles.
Adams versus Team Colli
Yeah, I
from
think it'll probably be a
Italy.
little.
My name's
not
Greg
a lot, like
Hamilton, and I'm
55.
sitting
Yeah.
here beside Marcel Zutuk,
Sure.
and we are going to be your commentators for this draw.
At least in that pack.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, so we have Team Italy, the Colli team. And we have a team from Calgary, being the Adams team. They're just doing their draw to the button here right now.
So the teams are here starting the first end. They did their pregame practices and their draw to the buttons. And both teams had really solid practices and then struggled a little bit when it came down to their last stone draws. Both teams ended up going back 12. The last stone draws are now more important than ever because those help determine tiebreakers in spiels like this where you have your round robin play.
Keep
It
looking.
often comes down to teams tied at 1 and 2 or 2 and 1 to get into playoffs, and instead of doing a tiebreaker game, the teams will just, or the event will just look at your last stone draw, and that will determine who goes through to the next round and who goes home.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, Greg, this bonspiel
overcooked it.
started in 2012, and it's been going for quite a few years here now. So original 16 men's cash bonspiel is a very, very popular one. I think last year's winner, Ross White from Scotland, is not
Set.
here at this event.
Set.
He's in a slam
Whoa.
event.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
where's that slam
Please,
event
set,
at, Greg?
set,
Do you know?
set.
Or?
It's
Set.
in Pictou County, Nova
Forte.
Scotia, and Ross
Above
White's
it.
team seems to be doing pretty well. I know they did really well under the start of the round robin. I'm not sure what they're sitting at right now, but
Scusate, non ve l'ho detto.
All right.
Ho visto.
Well, we're
Proviamo a
starting to get
fare
a house
sempre un po'
built
di.
down there.
Team Adams is sitting one pretty well behind a center guard here. So they'll be drawing in a second one set on top to have two buried on the center.
I don't know, Greg, that ice looks pretty keen, like right off the start, doesn't it?
It does. I was getting times in the 15s and the 16s during practice
Room.
to get to the top of
Day
the
line's
house,
good.
which is perfect draw times for these teams. And the first draw had a ton of swing, and it looks like that swing in the ice has continued
Whoa.
for the second draw. So hopefully we see that maintained throughout the whole game, and we should have some good curling because of it.
Anche.
Looks like they might be trying to run this, eh?
I think so. I was just going to say, Team Colli's not giving their second any time to get warmed up into the game. They're just having him throw his first
Set,
rock as
set, set.
a run back, which is never an easy shot. But
Whoa. Era molla.
Team Colli ends up peeling it off, which isn't the
he's going to be putting it right back on top.
What do you think of this call, throwing up the center guard even with hammer? Normally, when you have hammer, you want to play towards the outside of the house.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's, I guess, a fairly aggressive
Please,
call.
Real
They must be certain on what they want to do here for this particular end.
Let it
Di no, lo stesso ghiaccio!
Team Colli's throwing the run back here again.
Stesso
The difference this
ghiaccio!
time being they're running the other team's rock back, which is not what you want to be doing. If you can, you want to be running your own rock back so that if it sticks in the house, it's your color in the house, not the other team's.
Forte!
They don't have much choice here.
Tira, Edo!
Oh, that's a good shot.
Nice shot, for sure. It's nice to see them getting after it here in the first end. Oftentimes, I find that teams will come in and play the
That was
first or
kinda my
second
first
end quite clean and can make for some boring watching, but these guys seem to be relatively interested in getting going right away.
He's going to put it right on top of the 12
60,
foot,
like,
by the looks of it.
So the format of the original 16 Bonspiel this weekend is a round-robin format with 4 teams in each pool, and then the top 2 from each pool, I believe it is, makes it to the qualifying round, which is another round, which then teams need to qualify out of that to make it into the playoffs. So it's a little bit of a unique format here, but keeps everyone on their toes and keeps everyone interested all weekend long.
Again, what is he playing a hit on that one in the house there, Greg?
I believe that is what he called it. I'm not sure if he's trying to roll behind the corner or just stick right in the middle there.
Please!
Looks like they're just playing quietly.
Whoa! Set!
Sweepers
Whoa!
are-
Edo! Whoa! Edo! Whoa! Hey!
Yeah, it kind of looks like they want to roll
Show your roll, show your roll.
on the side. It's a good shot.
What a great shot. You
Nice
can
shot.
see that's what I
Let's
call
go
a
back
team shot there. Throughout the whole shot, the sweepers were going back and forth whether to curl it or keep it straight, and the thrower and the skip called it perfectly.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
All right, put it on the line, Derek. You got it.
The hit and roll, the toughest shot in the game, I think, to make it accurately and roll exactly where you want is extremely difficult. But these guys make it look easy.
Yeah. Well, now the Adams team is going to try to return the favor by the looks of it, Greg.
Yeah, they're going to be getting close to this
Oh,
guard.
they
Ooh,
did.
they just nicked the guard.
Unfortunate.
Se noi andiamo qui,
Well, that opens up an opportunity to get behind that.
ideale sarebbe stare qua. Oppure...
Yeah, I think Team Colli has a good chance here to
Mi piace!
they might be changing their mind here. I was thinking they had a good chance to put one nice buried behind those guards and really set the pressure on Team Adams there. But we'll see what they end up deciding on going with. What would you do here in this
Just on top.
situation?
Well, I think I'd probably go
Quattro,
around,
cinque.
top 4, something like that, to not set up a double. But that's a tough shot. You know, if it was a dull side team, they'd probably throw the rock, be a little wide, throw a turn and a half, and still
Nino,
make
no.
the shot. Hey, Greg, have you ever experienced that?
Oh yes, I've
Please,
had the
please.
pleasure or
sopra.
in a number of men events, and sometimes you wonder how they beat you, but they manage to do it.
Buona, buona, buona lì, buona lì.
That was
Perfetta.
Still make it, hey? Oh,
Not a bad result for Team Colli. They're a little light, but it clogs up the middle and makes life a little more difficult for Team Adams.
Would you ever throw that kind of a run back there, Greg, like yellow, red, yellow, yellow, and try to spill them all out?
You could. I think it would be. It's a pretty tough shot right now. There are these guys have
same weight.
3 rocks left, and it's a pretty tough shot for them to do that. I think if they can make a good shot here and put the pressure back on Team Colli, then
Yeah.
You're set up pretty well for your deuce.
And I suppose why gamble at this point in time,
Little
right?
side! Clean, clean. Yep.
When you kill the player mics, kill all the player mics. It seems to be your mics aren't picking up for some reason. We need this up here.
So we've been talking all this time, nobody heard us?
I'm not sure. For those of you watching, if you want to comment on YouTube, if you've just been listening to the players or if you've been listening to Marcella and I ramble on, we're having some technical difficulties up here. The crew up here running the stream is a volunteer crew, and we appreciate everyone volunteering to come out here and help set this up so that everyone around the world can watch the quality curling we have here, but that sometimes means it doesn't run 100% properly. Team Adams there made a nice hit and roll and managed to sit behind the corner guard there, which is definitely making Team Colli think about what they want to do.
Yeah, that's coming through really good now. So I think we need to leave this up here.
Do you think we can have the player mics at all? Not at all?
Or drag them way down. You can try them way down.
Facciamo il bump, vi piace?
What did they end up calling here?
Looks like what they want to do is just tap that yellow one in the front back a little bit. Or go around it or split it.
I like the shot. It gives you a few options as to what you can do. If you're a little wide, you can split it. If you're a little heavy, you can draw around it. And if it's perfect, then you tap it back perfectly.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to work on it now. It's got to come over. It's kind of staying straight. There it comes. A little bit hot.
Yeah. A little bit too much weight there, and that just took the curl out of the rock, right?
Yeah, and I think the weight was probably good for that split, but it just unfortunately didn't come over.
Team Adams are having a pretty good start to the season. They are a U25 team, and they went and competed in the Saville U25 event at the end of October and ended up winning it against U25 teams from all over Western Canada and possibly even all over Canada, which is a pretty impressive feat and a good start to the season for those guys.
Would they be playing the intern here, Greg, coming around, or looks like they're going out turn?
Yeah, I think they're decided to go out turn. I wonder if it's just because we haven't seen much
play on that side.
Exactly. Yeah. I think the intern is a much safer call, but if you're not confident you'll get your rock into the rings, then no point throwing that way.
Up 4.
So it should still be probably 14 and a half to the tee line, right?
Yeah, why don't we time this one hog to hog and see what we get?
14 and a half, 15. 14-7 probably be about right, top 4.
We'll see if he can recover from his last stone draw where he came a little deep. the entire practice he was putting them on the pin. So if he can go back to that kind of weight control, he'll be solid.
Seems like it's staying out there, though. Oh, here it comes.
I got 14-7 there.
Geez, that came in really nice at the end. There's a double set up there, though.
What's interesting is they were just watching that for the first half of the sheet. They didn't seem too panicked about it, and then it snapped sideways.
Once it started to work, it went.
Yeah, really good weight for that shot, though. Throwing the double here to sit 2, and then force Cole to make the same shot for his 1 in the first end.
Looks like normal weight.
Whoa, whoa!
Comes down here.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice shot. And he manages to stick around right at the end. Doesn't really matter where he ends up in the house there. It's the same result. He's forcing Cole to draw for his 1.
Got to make his draw. Same kind of weight he just threw. Should be good.
Teams are starting to put up their scores for the first end across the ice shed there. On sheet 4, Team Conshu took 2 against Team Kidby. On sheet 6, Team Jenkins took 1 against Team McEwen. They're on sheet 6.
Oh, looks like he'll be good on his draw. Probably right to the tee. Yeah, good shot.
Yeah, perfect.
Good shot.
Perfect weight control from Cole there on the end of the first end. Pressure draw against 2.
Yeah, if you missed it earlier, this is the original 16 men's cash bonspiel, which did start in 2012, so it's been going for quite some time. And, there's a lot of really good teams here. See the upstairs is they're starting to fill up a little bit here, and if you're a curling buff, come on down and enjoy some really good curling. Like I say, there's some really good teams, and you get a chance to even meet a few of them. McEwen is here. You see him on TV once in a while, but he's here, and there's a lot of great teams from the local area as well. So come on down and support the Calgary Curling Club. Have a beer, or watch some curling if you got time.
What I think's amazing about this bonspiel is not only do you have the top local teams around, but you also have a lot of really good international teams.
Yep.
We have teams from Japan, from Italy, the States, all over the place that helps make this bonspiel what it is and put on a show of good quality curling.
Yeah. Well, he's just going to try to put this right on the center line, halfway about. Oh, he's going in. Team Colli going to take it out?
No, I think they're calling the corner guard.
In the corner?
Yeah, they're going to hopefully make it interesting for us. Oh, the sweepers are pounding this one. Nice throw there.
Nice throw for sure. A little bit high, but it'll do.
Here, Team Adams will be looking for to put this one right on the center line in this event, and in I believe all World Curling Tour events, they have a rule. It's called the no-tick rule, and what it is rocks on the center line. If they're touching the center line, then you can't tick them for the first 5 rocks of the end, and it just helps promote a little more. It allows teams to be a little more aggressive and come back into the games. But as soon as that rock gets off the center line, it's allowed to be ticked. So it looks like from here that it is on the center line, so I'll have to be left for a few more rocks.
Yeah, he's just going to draw to it, is he? So he can elect to kind of draw to that, Greg, or come around the corner. I mean, drawing to it is a great shot if you can freeze right kind of on the face of it.
It's definitely the tougher of the 2 shots between coming around the corner and choosing between the freeze. But I think if you come around the corner and then Team Adams puts another one in towards
behind,
then you're in a bit of trouble.
Ooh, this is.
So there we go. That's what we were talking about with the no-tick rule. Team Colli ticks Team Adams stone off the center line and
Gets to put it back.
And the yellow rock gets removed.
Like you said before, Greg, there's a good mix of teams here from all over the place, and from Canada, I guess, as far east as Newfoundland. We have a team here. I think Team Meek played them this morning, didn't they?
They did, yes.
Yeah. And Team Meek came away with a victory. Congratulations, Terry, if you're listening.
Putting up another center line guard. What do you think of this one, Marcel?
Well, I think it's probably not a bad call. I mean, that'll set him up for, well, he's going to be slamming and just peeling all that off anyway.
One thing that always amazes me with the teams here is how hard they can throw their rocks. That looked pretty effortless to their second there, but it was a 7-second hog-to-hog time stone.
Wow.
So I'm sure he could throw a lot quicker than that, but throwing that speed allows him to take out a lot of rocks and be accurate at the same time.
Well, and again, it's all about that leg drive, right? And then the extension to get that speed. To be accurate with that, putting all that together is tough.
I know I always struggled with that. That's why I'm a career lead. But
yeah, I'm with you. Well, he's going to set up another one on top. I think Team Colli wants to get probably rid of that stuff in the front, I guess.
Yeah, they've been chasing pretty well this entire end, and it's just a half shot behind, I think, and having their rock removed when they ticked the guard off the center line, of course, never helps. So if they can make a good one here, they'll be back in control.
There's a good shot.
Really good shot.
Well, Team Colli's come a long way, haven't they?
They have, yes. They're sitting on 123rd, I believe it is, in the world rankings, and they're putting in the time and the travel coming all the way here to Calgary, Canada.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah. Here in Canada, I think we're pretty lucky that you can just travel around locally or to the next province over and compete against really, really solid teams and get your experience there. And there's a lot of international teams that have to travel around the world or come to Canada and stay here for a long time to get that kind of experience. On sheet 7, we have Team Hood, who's from New Zealand, and they've actually elected to move to Canada and are staying in Calgary for the entire season to try and get some experience. And it seems to have paid off early for them. They qualified New Zealand for the Men's Worlds last weekend at the Continental Cup.
Well, and they do curl out of the Calgary Curling Club, don't they?
They do, yes.
Yeah. No, they've done very well.
12.
What's he calling here, Greg? Another hit?
I believe so. I think they're wanting to get rid of that one on the forefoot there.
Doesn't look like a lot of weight.
No. Not much room there behind the guard either. I think the rock is almost fully buried, but
Oh, they're really working on it.
looks like
Let's
they
see
might
if
be
he
on
can
the
get it
guard.
by. And they are, yeah. But the rock stays in the house.
Yeah, that's not a bad result for them at all. They leave their rock in the house and they push the red centerline guard over to be a corner guard.
So
Pretty
now-
good plan B.
Yeah, for sure. Now what do you do if you're Team Adams?
I think it depends on the outcome that they want from this end. You can be a little defensive and hit that yellow in the back, or you can put up the center line guard and be a little more aggressive. Of course, if you put up the center line guard and you miss, you risk setting Team Colli up for 2, but if you make it good, you're in full control of the end still. I think they've elected to go for the center line guard here,
They did.
or just off
They have,
center
yeah.
to guard their red.
Well, I guess the trouble with this, Greg, is if you don't make it, then that opens up the opportunity for a hit and roll behind and set your house up for a couple.
Still early in the game, though, so I don't mind the aggressive call. Giving up 2 here from Team Adams isn't the end of the world, and I mean, by no means is it a guarantee that they're going to give up 2 if they miss that guard anyway.
True.
108.
Would you ever draw around the corner guard here and just leave those center rocks alone for a little while?
Oh, gosh, I don't know that I would do that, but I think the hit is the call. You know, if he can hit and just kind of stay on the top of the house there somewhere, then double them off. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
Really great shot, and just like that, it goes from Adams sitting 2 to Colli sitting 2.
Yeah. No, that was a great shot. Now Adams is going to try for that double. By the looks of it, he's looking at it pretty seriously. Peel weight. Maybe not peel, maybe just normal.
Yeah, with normal weight, he might be able to make the double and stick around behind in the house to hopefully force. If he makes the double and rolls out, then it gives Colli a good chance to
Opportunity to come around that corner stuff.
exactly.
Well, let's see what kind of weight he's going to throw here. Oh gosh, they're going to have to work it over there. Oh,
And he
nice
makes
shot.
it.
Beautiful shot. Great effort. Now he's coming around the corner. Hopefully he can hide one, I guess, and put the pressure on Team Adams.
Yeah, I think if they put this in a really good spot, Team Adams is either going to have to run back their own rock or attempt to freeze. Where's the best spot to put this in your mind?
Probably if we can get it behind that redstone, kind of over curled in front of the tee line, full 8. Ooh, that looks pretty good from the release, but it just does not want to move here just yet. Not taking the curl yet.
No, they haven't swept it much at all.
Now they're starting to bring it over. It's still open. No, it's buried.
Buried, and the nice thing about making that much separation is from the guard is you make the run back that much more difficult.
Yeah.
Which is why I think we see Cole deciding to play the freeze.
Cioè dire, se era un 5 non andavamo bene. Però. Anche come li lascia lui è buono, non è mollo. La stagione in testa banco non sarebbe male.
Sweepers are suggesting it's a little warm. Back 8 weight, I think, is what I just heard, which isn't too bad a weight, but they're coming up onto this guard here pretty quick.
Might have been a little bit inside by the looks of it. Oh, there you go. Now we're set up to get a deuce if he can make his draw.
It's one of the things that makes curling so interesting is this entire end, I felt like Team Adams was controlling the end, and then with about 4 shots left, it just changed like that.
Turned around, yeah.
Team Colli all of a sudden gets the chance to draw for 2 and take the lead in the game.
Yeah.
Se lo gioco come questo, ok.
Giacomi's just about to let this thing go. He's been pretty deadly on his draws, so that looks pretty good out of his hand.
Sweepers haven't laid a broom down, suggesting it's a little heavy.
Ah, there you go.
And it grabs and sits down for their 2.
Got his 2.
Yeah.
Good end. What do we look like on the rest of these sheets here, Greg?
Let's see. We'll start on sheet 1. We have, oh man, I can't even, my eyes are too bad. I'll have to look up the draw to see who's over there on sheet 1, but looks like every game's close so far, and haven't had too many big ends. Just a couple deuces here and there, and other than that, it's been close games. Quite a few games here have lots of rocks in play, though, which is nice to see. So over on sheet 1, we have Team Dunnan versus Team Richards. It looks like Dunnan is winning 2-1. Scored their 2 in the second end. On sheet 2, we have Team Johnson versus Team Goring, 2 local teams. Johnson is up 2-1 as well, scoring in the second end. Sheet 3, we have Team Abe versus Team Teo. They are still playing the second end. It looks like a draw for 1, so it's a tie game there, 1-1. On sheet 4, we have Team Conchu versus Team Kidby. It looks like Conchu scored 2 in the first. Not sure what happened there in the second end, but there's quite a few rocks in the 4-foot here in the third end, so it's shaping up to be an interesting end there. Jumping past our feature sheet into onto sheet 6, we have Team McEwen and Team Jenkins. Team McEwen scored their 2 in the second end to go up 2-1. On sheet 7, we have Team Parent versus Team Hood. Blank end in the first was followed up by a 2 from Team Hood, who's now leading 2-0. And then on sheet 8, we have Team Sturmey versus Team Vavrick. 2 powerhouses here in Alberta who both do really well on the tour. And it looks like it's still 0-0 there.
Now Team Colli's going to go for the takeout here on that red one on the forefoot, or just behind the button. And he's on top. A little bit inside.
We've had a few of those on our sheet, just wicking the guards. Wonder if the ice is just a little more curly than they're expecting it to be.
That sure could be.
Or what's going on.
It is curling nice, that's for sure. Is he calling for a corner?
Yeah, it looks like that's what they've elected to do, which I like. I mean, you're in the third end of an 8-end game. You still have some time left, but when you're down with hammer, you never really want to waste time if you can avoid it. So by throwing the corner, you're saying you're willing to be a little aggressive this end and see where the end takes you, and hopefully you can score your deuce.
Well, and I suppose, like, Greg, would you ever put one kind of on the top house somewhere to kind of split the house? I mean, he's got the hammer here. Would you ever do that, or do you think this corner is a better shot?
You could do that for sure, but I think with this caliber of curling, you got a lot of the end left to have the other team throw in doubles the entire end. So I don't think you could bank on a team, any of the teams here, to miss that many doubles in a row. So by throwing the corner, you're letting the other team hit your rock that's in the house right now, but you're giving yourself a chance later in the end.
Francesco makes a nice takeout there.
So Marcel, I know I've curled against you a number of times over the years. How come you're not out there curling against these guys this weekend?
Too old, man. No, I curl a lot of times during the week at Calgary, at the Calgary Curling Club, and really enjoy it. Haven't had the pleasure of curling the Dulside team this year, but that's kind of good because they always, like I say, you know, that lead of theirs, he always seems to be a little bit wide and has no turn on his rock and still makes his shot. I don't know how he does it, but have you experienced that, Greg? Or?
I have. It's
frustrating.
It's frustrating and magical all at the same time.
I know Rob was announcing earlier with Bob Getaway, and they did a really, really good job. It was really entertaining to listen to those guys. Rob is very knowledgeable of the game, and so is Bob.
I know we had a couple audio issues in the first draw today with it being a little quiet, so if anyone who's watching is experiencing any issues, please let us know in the chat or let the Calgary Curling Club know so we can get those fixed and improve as the weekend goes on. Looks like Team Adams here is throwing a nice quiet hit, probably hoping to roll behind their corner guard and put some pressure on Team Colli.
Looks like he's going to miss it. Oh, my. That really overcurled. That's a surprise. I don't know if that would have picked, you think?
I'm not sure. They didn't seem overly concerned about it the entire way,
no,
but
they didn't.
It didn't look like a ton of ice to me either, so I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, well, ice and weight, I guess, right?
Yeah. Do you like this call here, splitting the house, or would you think of how do you think about throwing a guard in front of yours?
Well, I would probably split the house.
2 colpi, linea. Linea. Linea buona, boys. Linea buona.
Looks like they're going to have a good shot here right to the tee line.
Buona, buona, buona.
Nice shot. And he's going to try to hit and roll behind by the looks of it, eh, Greg?
Yeah, he's just going to ignore that rock they just threw and try and set himself up for two.
Well, if he makes it, I guess that...
Now,
then that shot on the other side was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, does it matter though here if Team Adams is shot stone over that one on the right side there?
I think the most important thing is you want to have it hidden. You want to have it in a place where your opponent can't easily get to it. Oh, he's really working it, trying to bring it over. Oh, it must be close. Oh, it's open.
He did end up rolling right into the hole there. Not a massive hole, so it's not the easiest shot to remove that red, but it is possible.
With that ice, doesn't look like that's a lot of weight.
No, I would agree.
Probably just control weight. Oh, they're on it right away.
Your guys' audio is
Frenchie, Frenchie.
We're not getting anything from these, hey?
I can hear them,
You can hear them?
but I don't know.
Oh,
They can.
nice shot.
But I don't want to crank them up too much. You can try.
Nice shot. And again, he's coming around that corner. Try to hide it.
Then which one? 4 feet. 4 feet.
This morning, Bob, who's the GM of the Calgary Curling Club, was saying that they've had a few teams drop out in the last little while, but I think the Bonspiel filled up and had a wait list within a couple weeks of opening registration, which is great. But yeah, they had a couple teams drop out because teams that were registered are making it up and moving up in the rankings on the tour, and a few of them got invited to the Grand Slam that's happening in Nova Scotia right now.
So how important are the points here? Like, there's some teams here that are trying to, earn some points to get, some slam positions or work their way into Brier contention, right?
Yeah, I think this is a really important spiel for a number of teams. You have such good teams here that it's going to be worth quite a few points, and you have teams like Team McEwen, Team Sturmey, who are right on the bubble of making those slam events, and if they manage to do well here, it might just push them up into those slam events a little more regularly. Not to mention the implications for provincials and playdowns, right? Like, this is a big spiel for a number of teams on the Alberta Curling Tour for men's, and as well as getting that Canadian ranking points.
Mm-hmm. Well, Team Adams made a really good draw around that corner. They're sitting in a really nice spot in the house, and looks like Team Colli's trying to come to it, or is he just going to draw around? Looks like he's drawing around there. Oh, yeah, there's a nice shot. Is he shot, though?
From that camera angle, it looks like he is. I wonder even if he shot two.
Yeah, he could be.
That puts Adams in a really
tough spot.
Yeah.
That sucks.
There you hear the front end making their comments.
Yeah. That was a beautiful draw.
Unless we can come in off of theirs. That'd be sick.
They are looking at the in-off off the outside rock. I mean, from this camera angle, it doesn't look that easy, and an in-off is never that easy.
No.
It, to me, it's a bit of a do-or-die rock throw. If you end up missing that, and Team Colli is sitting
No, I think we had
2, then
we played the in-off.
you could be in a little bit of trouble on Cole's last rock.
Maybe he
Well,
just
unless this is
decides
there
to
potentially-
take one of them out and give up the deuce. Like, I mean, this is a little bit dangerous for him.
I don't hate it. I mean, you'll always have a draw. Yeah. I don't hate this.
Well, he's hitting, is he?
I think they called the hit and roll, which confuses me a little bit. That is such a long roll and a tough roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very difficult shot, and
Cole here.
Cole always has the wide open draw on his last. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure why this is the call. Like, it, to me, you might as well throw the draw around and get your draw weight and
Yeah,
try and
'cause-
make it good.
Yeah.
But it's whatever you're comfortable with and what you think you're going to make.
Well, you know, these guys, they kind of make it look easy, don't they?
They do.
Looks like they're going to have to work that one over a little bit. Might be just a nose hit.
Jesus.
No. Going to roll out.
Quella. Sì, sì.
So based on this discussion, I think it's fair to say that yellow is shot for sure. If they're not even looking at those rocks and just determining to split the house, then Cole's going to end up with the same shot that he possibly could have had on his last.
Side forefoot, facciamolo bocciare che il punto li ha sempre messi.
I can't speak Italian, but I did understand the side forefoot there.
I seen that, yeah.
We'll see if he can manage to put this right where he wants it and then put some pressure on Cole.
Wonder if this ice is keened up any.
Buon release, buon release.
Well, let's see what this one clocks in
Ora
at,
off allora.
where it ends up.
Whoa. Non sta girando.
I got a 14.75, so 14.75 seconds. They didn't lay a lick to it, and it splits the tee line pretty perfectly.
Pretty nice shot. We just had a shot over here, and he missed it, got a little wide, but he doesn't need a lot of weight, I guess. Wants to hang around for that point.
Sì, sì. Allora, interno, esterno, sì, sì, beh, ragione. Sì, è verso il centro che fa fatica. Tipo le tue bocciate, hai visto poco giravano. Beh, quella lì è venuta la pastiglia.
So here Cole needs to touch the forefoot to score as one.
Whoa!
Looks like good weight. You're going to have to keep this thing straight. Should hang
Now, hard,
around.
really gotta go!
Oh my
Hard!
gosh, look at it go. There it is. Nice shot.
Cole managed to score as one and tie up the game going into the fourth end.
Oh, time's flying, eh, Greg?
Yes, we're having a blast up here. Maybe we can give a bit of a shout out to the Original 16 brewing company that sponsors this event and sponsors a lot of curling all over Canada, and they have lots of delicious beer, and it's available up here at the in the lounge of the Calgary Curling Club. So if you're looking for something to drink and something to do, feel free to come on down to one of the draws this weekend and grab yourself a pint of Original 16.
For sure. And you know, at the same time, go to Pepino's and get yourself something to eat. They make a great lunch here, great meal.
I had for lunch today, I had the Vesuvius, which is their spicy sandwich.
Nice.
I love spiciness, and I think they have, I don't know, probably 20 or so sandwiches that you can order here, and I end up going to that one every single
All the
time
time,
because I just know it's good. I know they'd all be good, but
yeah.
I just can't convince myself to change.
Well, the Adams rink is throwing up a center line guard.
Have you curled in this event before?
Not at, I might have spared a game in this event.
Okay.
Years ago.
We were talking earlier about Terry Meek and how he comes into this event and always seems to do very, very well. And I had mentioned maybe he had won it once, but looking back through the champions, it doesn't look like it. But I'm sure he's been close a number of times, so I was wondering if you happen to have been close as well.
No, you know, and I have the pleasure of curling with Terry. I've curled with him since 2020 when I came to Calgary, and he's a real competitive guy, right? And he's really aggressive, and you know, one of the best, well, if not the best curler that I've curled with. He's a good mentor, good teacher, and a great curler. Also curled with Cheryl a few times. She tends to make me sweep a lot. Which is okay.
Yeah, she knows your strengths.
Line's good.
Can't make a shot, but he can sweep.
That's why they put you and I at lead, is because they know they can recover after we miss a few shots.
They know we can make the tee line if we need to, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Team Adams has come around that center line guard and set it right on top of the 12-foot. It's a beautiful shot.
It's pretty good.
It's amazing looking around. As we've talked about many times, you have these international teams and local teams and whatnot, but on the scoreboards right now, they're all incredibly close. The biggest gap we have is 2 points, which is very impressive halfway through a game. It just shows how good everyone here is.
Like I said before, man, if you want to come down and watch some really good competitive curling, you know, the weather's great outside, the food's good here, there's nice cold beer, Original 16 or whatever you like, man. They've got it here. And yeah, it'd be a great afternoon for you. Well, and I think tonight, Greg, at 7 o'clock, is it? There is a band that's coming up. The Sliding Stones. The Sliding Stones will be playing tonight at 7 o'clock. If you haven't heard them, come on down.
I have had the pleasure of hearing them, and they are awesome.
Yeah.
They have played at a few events here at the Calgary Curling Club, and they always put on a show and make it entertaining for everyone. So I would highly recommend everyone who's listening to venture outside and come watch some great curling and listen to some great music.
Okay.
Oh, there's a nice shot. Well, a little bit deep.
48.
I mean, we can turn these guys up, but is there any way to turn these just like our headsets down?
Well, these come down here.
But that tracks how much we talk, right? Like none of these dials.
Yeah, this doesn't do anything, I don't think.
Oh, there's a nice shot. He just removed that guard.
I don't know if I can crank this up. I don't know.
Same thing.
Thank you, Haig, for the comment about
I'm a
the
double,
audio. We
but-
are trying to make it a little louder.
I just don't like replacing here.
It's pretty loud for here when we're listening in our headphones, but we'll try to make it a little louder for all of our viewers.
Yeah, just comment and let us know how that sounds out there, because I know when I was listening this morning it was really quiet as well, but I'm trying to figure these things out. Team Adams throwing up another guard by the looks of it, eh, Greg?
For top 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does.
Yeah, line. Whoa, Ben. Whoa, Ben.
Or they're coming in and might be trying to get right on top of that yellow that's in the top 4 foot.
No finish.
No, you're right. Throwing the guard.
Just throwing the guard, yeah. And Team Colli is going to take it off again with a looks like a peel takeout. Nice shot.
You might recognize that voice in the background there that you're hearing, folks. It's a pleasure that we've managed to bring Johnny Morris out of his retirement, it seems, and he's playing on the sheet beside the feature game on sheet 4 there. He's skipping Team Kidby for this weekend, so it's fantastic seeing him here and getting another big name in the event.
Yeah, it sure is. Nice to see him. Well, is Team Adams throwing up another guard or trying to come around to that corner on
Line's
the yellow
good.
one?
Look at her top 8.
Looking for top 8 by the looks of it.
Yeah,
line's good.
Corner freeze that yellow.
You can wrap it. Close. Yep. Whoa, line's good. Whoa, close.
A little heavy. They managed to just come around. Not a bad result there for it. It's
it's sitting in a nice spot.
A me piacerebbe fare questo.
Team Colli's not biting anything though. They just want to open up the front and make sure they can have access to the 4 foot and to the button area if they need.
Il rolling così? Sì, ma allora piuttosto lo farai in là.
Oh man, peeking out up to the lounge area here. It's looking like it's getting pretty full. We have a couple rows of people.
You know what I think it is, Greg? I think it's us.
Oh, yeah. People can't stand us talking, so they have to come watch live.
Questa gemma qua.
Good strategy.
Non è male però. Questo non è male effettivamente.
A little bit of a conversation in regard to this next shot here. Looks like they're not sure as to. Oh, looks like they want to. They're talking about that double. That's a tough one though.
Ma quanto vuoi tirare, Albi?
So while these guys are debating, why don't we go around the sheets and give up some score updates. So starting on sheet 8, we have Team Sturmey and Team Vavrick. It is a tie game at 1-1. Team Sturmey has hammer and are currently sitting, what do you think that is, Marcel? 2 or sitting 3 there right in front of us?
Right in front of us? Looks like 3.
Sitting 3, so a couple rocks left in the that end there, and 4. On sheet 7, we have Team Hood and Team Parent. Team Hood is winning 2-1 with hammer in the 4th end. Skipping our feature sheet on sheet 5, we have, before that, we have Team McEwen and Team Jenkins. Team McEwen is winning 3-1, and Team Jenkins has hammer here in the 4th. On sheet 4, we have Team Conchu and Team Kidby. Conchu was forced to their 1 and 3 and is up 3-2. With a couple rocks left here. There's been a ton of rocks in play in that game, which has been fun to watch. On sheet 3, we have Team Abe versus Team Teo. Teo is up 2-1 without hammer here in the 4th. On sheet 2, we have Johnson and Goring. It's a tie game over there. Seems to be a battle of two teams that have played each other a number of times here in Calgary. And last but not least, on Team 1, we have Team Dunn versus Team Richards, and it's a tie game over there as well, and it's looked like there's been lots of rocks in play on that sheet as well. So lots of great curling here at the Calgary Curling Club.
Team Colli just tried to make that double there, Greg, and the red, they just about made it and rolled to the side, but the red is red jammed, so they're sitting there fairly open for Team Adams here to make a little hit and duck in behind.
So do you know who's shot stone right now?
Boy, it looks pretty close. Looks pretty close. I wouldn't want to make that bet or make that call.
Whoa.
Oh, here we go.
Curl. Whoa. Curl.
See what happens here.
Hard curl, hard curl.
Good.
Nice shot. Kind of put it close to the same spot that it was. If he does hit that on the nose now, or just about everything he can see, he might be able to get that double.
Yeah, definitely not an easy shot there.
No.
But a good attempt, and we'll see what Team Colli can do with it. As you said, it might have left the double here, but again, not a gimme.
No, it's not playing big weight.
Whoa. Set. Whoa. Reggie.
He's calling for it to curl here. They're working on it fairly hard.
Molto buono.
Ended up jamming it and leaving the Team Adams shot stone definitely now. Known, I'll bet you on this one that red shot there, Marcel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
Non era facile, un po' più finita era questa. No, un buon tiro qui è. Almeno abbiamo spinta nell'open. Sì.
Now what do you do?
18.
Yeah. Towards. I think this is better guard.
Now if you're
for
Team
sure.
Adams, what do you do here? Do you throw up
Yeah,
the guard or come to the corner of that yellow one?
I kind of like the guard. I think it's the easier shot.
Right?
I think so too.
Yeah. And
You have a chance
I
at
like
messing
that, 'cause
yourself
we were
up if you don't make this
curving it,
perfect
get to
draw,
center
but
there.
Cole feels confident in playing the freeze, so that's what he's elected to do. If you make this, you're solid. I don't know how Team Colli can. They're going to have a really tough intern lightweight tap to try and score their one.
Yeah. Still be pretty good.
Taking his time in the hack, going through his routine. You know, these curlers get in their same little routine and do the same thing in that hack every time.
Yeah, it's all part of that preparation and getting in that mental state to make your shot, right? Looks like it needs. Oh,
It's gonna stay
looks pretty
steady.
close.
Almost
Looks a little heavy.
Here comes, it's coming down now, but oof.
Perfect
Wow, that's a
shot.
beauty.
Exactly. You couldn't walk that down and place that in a better spot.
It's a beauty.
It's good, yeah.
He's trying to come around just to the top of that red stone in the house. That's just sitting in behind the tee line, which is a bit of an advantage here for Team Colli. But it doesn't look to me like he's playing just draw weight. He might be playing a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to play maybe a back 8 weight and tap out that red so that he can get his 2, but there's not a lot of room there, that's for sure.
No.
And I kind of wanted and just tried to spin it. But
From my view, it looked
Do any kind of sponsor or anything?
It was still pretty good. Like, that's a good.
Oh, here we go. Here she comes.
No, thank you.
Let's see if he
Thank
can
you.
get to the nose of it.
Throw up the team poster, team original 16 poster. You guys talk about original 16.
We already have one.
Berlin now. Good shot.
Okay, turn me on. Boy, I'm just looking to my left here,
Yeah.
and this place is getting to be really full.
Yeah, do you just run this in here?
You know, if you
Both?
want to get yourself down here and enjoy some good curling, it's a good opportunity. Beautiful afternoon.
If you do come down by, make sure you stop at the office and speak to Bob, the GM of the curling club, and tell him you've never heard better commentators than you're hearing during draw 2 here at the.
I agree. He's probably down there faking an injury or something.
Yeah.
You know.
I know he was on the commentary list for this draw, and he seemed to back out. So.
I think that might be a little thin for the double.
But I think we're doing all right.
I think so.
Yeah. Can you get the second? If you're frozen second shot.
Well, what do we do here now, Greg?
The dead draw. Well, he can come to backing though.
This
so
is a tough one for Team Adams.
It's
I
in a
think
nice spot. Like, look at that. You know, from
don't
the
know.
front. I mean, if he
What do
tries
you like
to hit
here?
that, he may jam. And
Do you think there's enough
We're
room on
thinking-
the left side there to try and pick
Yeah,
that
this
yellow
was my first thought, but I don't know. It's
And-
it's almost
could be, yeah.
and get that
Yeah, I think
double?
you're getting one of them.
Double.
It's tough to get both
Slash
of them. I
double.
think.
Oh, it sounds like Cole just said it's tough to get both, so maybe the double's not there.
It's pretty hard to
Let's
get.
just listen in here and see what they have to say.
You're risking the. Yeah. That's true.
My only thing is that easy? Is that easier than?
The pick's not that easy. I
being
think
the
because
fourth
it's like
end,
it's a quarter rock. Otherwise, it's thinner than a quarter. Yeah.
Play whatever you want to get rid of one then. I think.
Yeah, I think the run's the easiest way to get rid of one.
Okay, let's
The
do it then.
other option would be to here. Like second shot. It's pretty tough shot for
The only
Deuce.
thing I
Like
don't love about that is he like papered this. If you do this ever, it's horrible. Like
it's almost the nose, I think, right?
So I think they elected to do the short run back, and I don't know if you, from this angle, I'm not sure if you can get both yellows out doing this run back, but
well, remove one anyway. I guess if they do hit it
give them that-
exactly right, they could get them both. But see what kind of weight he's going to be throwing at this. Peel, heavy, peel up.
Cole has had, he's just a couple years removed from juniors and had such a successful junior career curling in Alberta. He was a competitive team and always at the top of the Alberta standings for a very long time, and he has transitioned that success into the men's and events like the U25 event that he went in and ended up winning with this team a couple weeks ago. Helped make that bridge between junior and men's events a lot easier.
Nice try.
Really great try there. It just went over top, so Team Colli will have an opportunity to draw for two. Needs to hit the 4 foot, and will enter the fourth end break
you definitely did.
up by 2 if they make this.
Yeah.
Go to the poster. You guys talk about original 16 for a minute or so, and then it'll end up progress. That's fine. We'll catch up to it.
It looks like it's going to be a nice shot here.
What does
Oh, that doesn't do anything. Don't worry about that.
Beautiful weight. Gets his deuce.
perfect, and that has Team Colli up by 2, leading the game 4-2, entering the fourth end break.
about to get, we are underway in the fifth end here, and Team Colli has got one right in on the button. Team Adams is throwing up a corner.
I think
Well, there's a nice shot, throwing up a center line guard.
either that or the wrap. Whatever you're seeing. Where is that? Yep. Yep.
Looks like Team Adams is going to be throwing probably like a board weight hit, try to duck in behind with the shot.
Yep. Whoa.
You know, just looking around, Greg, and watching some of this sweeping that's occurring out here, you know, I play front end, and man, these guys are really impressive sweepers. And it's so important in the game today, especially with the ice the way it is and the rocks the way they are and the equipment that we are using today. You know, I heard the guys talking a little bit earlier about, you know, how things were prior with corn brooms and so on, but it's a quite different game, and your sweepers are very, very important in this game.
It's kind of incredible how much the technique of sweeping has changed and the strategy behind it. And now you'll see teams often using only one sweeper instead of two, or using various techniques when they sweep. One's called knifing, and they kind of point their broom in the direction that they want to either cause the rock to curl more or not. And using those techniques, they've found that they can control more than just having the rock go a little further. They can help slow it down or cause it to curl less and more. So it's pretty impressive what's coming down, and I think a lot of it has to do with these top teams trying to outcompete each other, and then that trickles down the ranks, and anyone wants that competitive advantage, right? So it is very impressive to see how much pressure these sweepers can lean on their brooms, and if you kick their broom, I'm sure most of them would fall flat on their face because they're just putting all their weight they can on that broom in front of the rock.
Everything they got to, right? Like an end-to-end sweep is, you know, if you haven't curled and you're watching this, it's a tough thing to do. If you're going to go from end to end and sweep a draw like onto the tee line, it's a tough one.
I think curling's an amazing sport for the fact that it's a lifelong sport. You can start when you're 7 or 8 and go for decades on decades on decades and still be very successful at it. And at the same time, I think it's underappreciated how physically demanding it is at the same time, right? Like getting down in that lunge position, stretching out, and not to mention, as we've been talking about, the sweeping takes a lot of balancing and cardio to go down and put all you got in for 10 to 20 seconds. Team's Adam here is going around a corner. I think they, with a couple guards towards the middle, they want to keep play away from there and try and force it towards the outside and hopefully secure their deuce.
And this shot is looking really good. I see there's some comments coming across in the chat there, Greg.
Yeah, we thank you, Haig, for noting the audio. I hope we have managed to fix it a little bit for you. If you want to comment, if you're still following along, and let us know if it's good or not. And thank you, Lynn, for your comments. Perhaps at the end of this end, we'll go around and do another score update of the other sheets. It's nice to see everyone's playing quick today. All the games are on end 5 here, which is nice. Pace of play is an issue in a lot of curling clubs and at the league level, and it can even go all the way up to the pros, be an issue. But the teams here are not timed. It's kind of an honor system, and if there were any issues, it would come down to the Calgary Curling Club to let the team know that they have to pick up the pace a little bit. What ended up happening there, Marcel?
I don't know. I missed it actually. To tell you the truth, I was just watching. Had a look over on the sheet that Johnny Moe was playing on and tried to see what was happening over there. But I think he just came up light.
I think that's the shot. 53 to 55. Your butter zone. Let's make it.
Team Kidby on sheet 4, the team Johnny Moe is playing with, managed to take control of the game in the fourth end, taking 3 to go up 5-3. Quite a few less rocks in play this end than there have been in the past few ends for that game. So here you can see Team Adams using that knifing technique to try and get that rock to really curl through the port, and they've managed to make it really good.
It's a beautiful shot.
When it hit the far hog line, it was still on that red guard there on the center line.
I
And
thought it was going to rack.
their sweepers just managed to really pull that rock sideways and put it directly behind the yellow corner guard. Really well swept.
You know, if you're watching on television or if you're watching on YouTube, it's hard to see, but the size of these guys here and the shape that they're in is just really impressive. Like, they're huge guys. Very in shape.
Yeah, I think most of them could take me on in an arm wrestle and beat me pretty handily.
Well, I know they could beat me, that's for sure. I guess that's a difference again from today. I remember when I was curling back in the day, and I know, you know, Rob was mentioning Heck Gervais a little bit earlier, but you know, some of the boys back then were not in as great a shape. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, the physique of a competitive curler has changed a little bit in the years.
Yeah, it has.
Exact same weight. You got it, Derek.
Team Adams is looking to put this rock pretty much exactly where they just had their last rock. Team Colli there had a really nice shot to get rid of that previous stone.
This one looks a little bit lighter. They've been working on it. Well, here we go. They're off a bit.
Is the draw up on the club website? If you're not able to make it down to the Calgary Club for the remainder of this draw, feel free to go to the Calgary Curling Club website and look for the draw there. You'll be able to find the draw and which teams are playing at what time today, tomorrow, and Sunday. The nice thing that I think a lot of curlers really enjoy about this Bonspiel specifically is it runs Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it's you only need to take one day off if you even have to take one day off.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of curlers find it difficult, especially when they're trying to break into that pro level on the World Curling Tour, to take the amount of time off work that you need to to be able to compete in a lot of the events that start on Tuesday or Wednesday or go until Monday and whatnot. So.
Well, and the nice thing is it is over on Sunday for the curlers, but as well for the people that want to come and watch, right? I mean, they're not, you're not working or anything. You're going to be able to come down and watch some good curling.
Exactly. So again, you can find the draw at the Calgary Curling Club website to see which teams are playing when.
Team Colli's trying to make this run back. There's a little bit of a miss there. So that leaves an opportunity to come around the other way, eh, Greg?
Yes, it does. It kind of opens the door a little bit for Cole here to come around and draw towards the middle. If he puts a good one here, it's going to really put the pressure on Team Colli to come back with a good one.
Okay, just wrap. Like
53 to 55, I think. Should be pretty. Yeah. Sorry, where do you want? Top four. Okay. You got a goal. Let's make it.
Let's see if the ice is holding up. Let's see what the draw time is for this one.
He's starting to try to bring it over. We're at 14.97.
Wow.
He buried it, but he got it behind the tee line.
So 15 seconds there, and it's back 4, back 8, wait. Really good, nice conditions here. One thing that I've noticed, Marcel, is that early on in the game we were racking on a lot of guards. Both teams seemed to be just not quite getting enough ice or just a little bit inside, but now it seems like both teams have to kind of carve those rocks over sideways.
Yeah. No, it is definitely changing here in the latter part of the last 4 ends. That center line, that center pass is going to get a little fudgy here too, I would imagine, near the end of the game.
The ice crew here at the Calgary Club works really hard day in, day out. We have the Calgary Club's one of the busiest clubs in the country, and they work hard to make it quality ice for every single draw that we have, and they do an excellent job of that.
Yeah, for sure. Rob and the gang do a great job. Well, what are they playing here? Are they coming around?
It looked like they were calling for a little hit and roll, but... Looked like they almost got stuck in between the two shots there.
Yeah. Well, Team Adams on their last shot, draw for 2. Let's see if it's...
Feet.
Hey.
Let's make it.
How do you reset that?
All right, let's see what Cole has in him here. Needs
pretty nice so far.
Needs full 8 foot.
Looks nice so far. Yeah, looks really good, doesn't it?
It does.
Looks like he's about T-line.
And you know what?
Right to the button.
I'm not going to lie, I got distracted watching it and forgot to click the timer. So
let's just say 14.97.
Perfect. Team Adams manages to score their deuce in 5 and tie up the game. Heading around the rink, the ice shed here. Why don't we give a score update on sheet 1. Team Richards is up by 1, 3-2. They are currently measuring what I'm guessing is for a single point in the fifth end. That's my guess because the rocks are both touching the button that they're measuring, so quite a close measure there. I'll come back and give you an update once we see the winner there. On sheet 2, Team Johnson versus Goring. Team Goring is up 3-2 after 5. On sheet 3, we have Team Abe and Team Teo. Team Abe got 2 and 4 and is up 3-2. On sheet 4, Kidby is up 5-4 with hammer and 6. Sheet 6. I currently cannot see the scoreboard because the players are in the way. How inconsiderate of them.
I know. Have to send a message down there.
Yeah. So we're going to skip over to sheet 8 right now where I can see the scoreboard. Team Sturmey is up 3-1 against Team Vavrick. Team Vavrick has hammer and is currently sitting 1. Back to sheet 6. It's a tie game between McEwen and Jenkins, 3-3. And on sheet 7, I believe...
Looks like they're tied.
You think they're tied? Okay.
I think so. Well, no.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think it is tied, yeah.
Tie game on sheet 7. And jumping back to sheet number 1, the measure's finished. Yellow ended up winning that measure, and it's a tie game, 3-3 over there. Lots of tight games still here at the Calgary Curling Club, which we love to see. Entertains the packed house that we have going on here.
So Team Adams has got a center line guard there, Greg, and looks like Team Colli's trying to come around that. Might be a little bit warm.
Just a little deep there. Leaves Team Adams the opportunity to freeze on them and get shot stone here.
Good.
Well, we're in a pretty important end number 6, right? You got the hammer and 6, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, if Team Colli scores here too, I mean, I'm not a statistician and I can't say for certain what the stats are, but I think they're swayed heavily in the favor of winning if you can manage to score 2 in the 6th end.
Team Adams makes a nice draw there.
Perfect. That's a perfect stone, exactly where they wanted it.
Backline!
So is he just going to follow him down there, Greg?
I think they want to throw a little bit more weight and just bump the stones around a little bit, set up the angles really good for them, and separate the stones there so that they can get rid of that red stone eventually. This is more of a setup shot than an end result kind of shot.
Looks like he's on that top one.
Era chiusa questa, Edo.
Gets the setter back.
Forza la buona.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen that happen this game where the center line guard gets put back because of the no-tick rule. For those of you that aren't aware what that is for the first 5 rocks of the end, you cannot tick a rock off of the center line. If you do it, what happens there is it gets put back and your rock gets taken off the sheet. It's to help teams that are down.
Team Adams is throwing up another guard here. Think that's a good choice, or would you have come around to sit on top of that one in the house?
I don't mind
at this stage of the.
I don't mind throwing the guard right now. I think it delays coming in a little bit, which is helpful for Team Adams. I mean, the sooner you come in, the sooner Team Colli can just blast it away.
Ooh, look at this.
And amazing shot there.
Nice shot.
Really good shot.
Tanta roba.
Okay. Big time.
So now what do you do? Do you come around that corner, you think? Sit top of the top 12 or? Oh no, I guess he's going right there. Gonna guard it up.
Put up another guard. I think I was just going to ask you, what do you think Team Adams' goal is this end?
Well, I think they'd probably want to capture the end with a couple points ultimately.
Team Adams?
Team Adams, yeah.
Going to
Steal 2.
steal 2?
Yeah.
I guess that's your goal every
It's the way
end,
to do
right?
it.
If you can steal 2 every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think really the goal is to not let Colli score a multi-point end here. And as you alluded to, try and score some points here is perfect for Team Adams.
You're welcome.
Not quite sure what they elected. Oh,
I don't know. What do
they
you do?
elected to do a board weight hit and roll. Playing the defensive
Ah,
call
there we
here.
go. Yeah.
Nice board here, Evan. You got it.
Good call.
This to me shows that Team Adams is willing to give up one here, and a force is perfectly okay with them,
Which is okay.
yeah,
right?
nothing wrong with that. Then you get your hammer and 7 and try and score a multi-point end
Or blanket.
or blanket. Yeah.
And is this a big miss? Oof.
Just over the top.
That's unfortunate.
That is. But you know what? They're not out of it. They have a rock in the 4-foot there, which is helping to decrease the scoring area. So if they make their next couple shots, they'll be set up well.
Just over the top.
Forte boys! Linea! Linea! Wow! Dove ho la scopa, boys, eh? Qui, 15 e mezzo, forte! Forte! Tutto quello che c'è, prendi il bianco almeno, il bianco. Buon tiro.
Good sweep.
Really good
Philippe
shot by
Lane.
Team Colli there, going behind the corner guard. Now, why do you think they went around the corner instead of dealing with that Team Adams stone there on the 4-foot?
Well, I think they just wanted to hide one, make sure they have one in the house. Gives them an opportunity to score 2. Team Adams playing this hit again.
This is Derek Bauer throwing this rock.
Oh, he's really working at trying to bring it over here. Looks like he'll be all right. But that sets it up for a double, doesn't it?
It does, yes. Sets it up for a double and keeps the play on opposite ends of the house there. Their stones on opposite ends. Over here on sheet 8, Team Sturmay's really putting the pressure on Team Vavrick. Team Sturmay's hitting 3, all touching the 8-foot or better, and all behind cover. Team Vavrick's need some help from their back end to get out of this situation.
Nice shot.
Wait.
So Team Adams playing a little hit and try to roll behind. Are they, Greg? Or
Yes, I think so. If they
trying to hide
manage
one?
to hide one right in behind that yellow that's in the top 12, Team Colli's going to have a tough time getting it out. They'll have to probably play some soft weight hits on it or at it to try and get it out and bring their deuce back into play. However, with Team Adams playing this hit and roll, they will be behind the tee line, which might provide Team Colli an opportunity to freeze and maybe set up their deuce that way.
Sorry.
Not a lot of action on that one, on that hit. Pretty much stayed right there.
No, they struggled to get both of those hits off the center line there a little bit, I think. And
so what are they doing here, Greg? Are they hitting and rolling on to the other side of the rink, or trying to hit and roll behind?
yeah, I think they're trying to hit and roll to our left or the camera's right side of the screen of the house. To split the rings and keep as much room between those rocks and make it difficult for Team Adams to play that hit and roll again. Ideally, they would have rolled another couple feet and probably gotten into the 12-foot there, but they did manage to roll outward a little bit, and every little bit helps and makes Cole's shot here that much more difficult.
Sturmey and Maverick have a tough battle going on here on sheet one.
They do. Team Maverick's in a little bit of trouble here again. Karsten just made a really nice hit and roll to roll to the top four behind cover, which leaves Dalen an angled run back on his first to hopefully remove some yellow and give him a chance on his second to get some points here.
Oh, there's a nice little hit and roll.
Really good roll. They managed to get almost completely buried. It is behind the tee line, so there might be an opportunity to bounce it a bit, but that was a very good shot by Cole.
So it looks like he's gonna looks like about maybe a hack weight with that ice call. Don't think he's gonna be playing big weight on this, that's for sure.
No. And Dalen's thrown the run back here on sheet 8. They were sweeping it, and he just managed to not quite hit as much of the stone as he wanted, but it still turned out pretty well. He ran his red into the yellow that was on the top 4 foot. So now red is second shot, and yellow has one on the button.
It's pretty close.
Giacomo throws that little hack waiter, and looks like he's gonna be able to.
Really good shot.
1 and 2. That's a beautiful shot.
Team Colli's playing really well today. Every time Team Adams makes a shot, Team Colli kind of one-ups them.
Back,
yeah.
No, they do. They're doing really good.
Team McEwen here with Mike's last rock in the 6th is playing a downweight hit for 3. And it looks pretty good. He's managed to make it, so that puts them up 6 to 3 after 6.
Well, Cole, I think, is going to try to make this hit and, again, try to roll under or hide it, I guess, a little bit. Make it a little bit more difficult for Team Colli to score his 2.
Yeah, Cole needs to place his rock pretty much where he just had it, that same line.
Oh, they're on. Oh. Staying pretty straight.
It's close. They're back and forth on it.
Oh.
And just a little bit. Had to curl on them a little bit too much.
Yeah, open draw for 2. I mean, Team Colli hasn't made the shot yet, and got his 2, but even him getting 2, I mean, Team Adams now has that hammer and 7, and you know, he's got an opportunity to score a couple back or take that hammer into the last end.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play N7. I think every team kind of has a different strategy in how they approach it, and whether they appreciate having or getting their 2 and 7, or if they really want to push for 3 and 8. And that's one thing about this 5-rack rule that came in a number of years ago, is it really gives team with the hammer that opportunity to, well, I guess it gives more opportunity to score bigger ends for either team.
There's a nice draw for his deuce.
Gran mano, boys.
Over on sheet 1, we're getting to the last rocks of sheet 6. This is Team Dunn's last rock. Looks like they are drawing. Red seems to be sitting 3. Let's see what happens over here on sheet 1.
Yeah, I know the viewers can't see sheet 1 here, but this is going to be one heck of a shot if he makes it. You got to kind of thread the needle to get to that red and hammer it in onto the yellow one that's sitting on the button.
Yeah, that's
pretty good so far.
Dalen Vavrick on sheet 8. He's got a tough one. Looks like it needs to curl a bit. And he
unfortunate.
Just doesn't quite make it through the hole, and it ends up being a stealer 1 for Team Sturmey, putting them up 4-1 after 6. Over on sheet 1, it's Team Richards from BC, their last rock. They have a hit to get 4, I believe. Might be for 3. Tough to tell how much it's buried over from our angle. We're on the complete opposite end of the rink. It is a hit for 4. Let's see, looks close. He did make it, so Team Richards scores 4 to go up 7-3 after 6.
Again, a little bit of a shout out to the ice crew here. The ice looks really good. It's been holding up really nice, especially in the latter part of the ends here. Haven't seen, you know, a lot of slowdown or any fudging or anything like that. So it's really well done. Really well done.
Yeah, the ice conditions seem to be holding up well. I don't see anyone getting too upset about the ice. You know, ice makers take great pride in the product they produce, and Rob and his team should be proud of what they've produced today.
Team Adams throwing up another corner. They're coming around the corner.
Easy, easy, Evan.
Looks like they're
double corner.
Yeah. To me, it looks like they want to score some points this end if they're doing that. Some teams might play it a little conservative too. Start off the end trying to push for multi-point end, and if it's not going your way, just be aware to bail early and make sure you're not forced to your one. That is worst outcome for that.
Well, it all depends on where your confidence is too, and how you feel you're shooting, right? And you know, so they've been playing really well with their draw weights, so this might be a great call for them. Guess we'll see at the end of the end.
Yes, yeah. As the end progresses, we'll see what they decide to do.
Like hack.
Looks like he's just calling for a little, just a light takeout. Hit it, try to move those rocks around and roll behind the corner.
Yeah, having rocks behind the tee line at this point in the game helps Team Adams score points. It gives an opportunity for some jams. If Team Colli accidentally jams a rock, might leave Team Adams sitting second shot or something like that. Over on sheet 2, Team Goring managed to steal 2 in the 6th end to go up 5-2.
You gotta go. Come on, Eric.
So that breaks that game open a little bit, but you never know. With 2 ends left, score a couple points in end 7, and Team Johnson will be right back in it.
Well, he hit that center line guard, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I guess Team Colli's just going to throw up another center line guard.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't mind how this end's looking right now for them.
For sure.
Their main goal is to not give up a multi-point end, and having rocks in front might not be ideal for them, but they can guard their own rocks here. It's pretty good.
And it's looking all right. It's got to come over a little bit here.
Forte che
He's using
perfetta.
that knifing method again there, Greg, to get it over.
And again, you can see how much it curls from that bench that you can see in your screen now to where it is.
So when you're doing the knifing method, where do you put the broom? Should it be on the edge of the rock, the center of the rock?
I think
inside edge, outside edge?
Yeah, you're really trying to get right in front of that rock. The running surface of a rock is quite a bit smaller than what the rock looks like that you see here. So you really, with the knifing, what you're trying to do is create scratches in the ice in the direction that you want the rock to go. So if you're going with the curl, then you're going to try and make it curl because that rock is grabbing the scratches in that direction. If you're trying to keep it straight, you'll have the person sweep against the way the rock is curling and create scratches in that direction.
So really you can slow that rock down by creating the curl.
Exactly. And so as you can see here, Tyson was sweeping in the same direction the rock was curling, and he was trying to create those scratches in the same direction to get that rock to curl quite a bit more, and he was very successful at it. All of a sudden, Team Adams has a rock perfectly behind some cover and his
second shot.
Yeah,
looking good.
Freeze qua sarebbe tanta roba, Sì, quello è vero. Dici che ovunque la prendiamo. No, infatti è full buried questa.
A little bit of a discussion here as to where he ought to put his stone. I don't know.
Questa poi viene
Do
giù.
you think he can get to that with the out turn, just a quiet hit, or is that a crazy call?
I think he could get to it.
Lo so.
But then he would just roll into the open, I guess.
Se no proviamo il contatto. Proviamo il contatto.
And be behind the tee line.
Yeah, exactly. I think by getting rid of this guard, even if you just get rid of the guards, Team Adams stone is opened up. It's a lot less risky.
Yeah.
You're up 2 right now.
Ovunque.
I think
A
they
sinistra va bene.
want to play the least risky shots that they can. Oh, they're on it right away.
That's never good.
Just like my out turn all the time.
Mine too.
Oh,
just close.
that's not the worst result though. Like they opened it up and make that red rock wide open. They got a little lucky that they didn't end up taking out a yellow either, but not a bad end result.
For sure.
Ancora scivolata.
Over on sheet 3, we have Team Teo's last rock of end 6. Let's see, what are they doing here? I think they are drawing in behind cover to sit 1.
Team Adams here looks like he's pretty close here. Oh, they're starting to work it now. Oh, they got to go. See, it's going to hit that slide path. Slow down a little bit. And curl. Ah, it's not a bad shot.
Not a bad shot at all. Are they just getting rid of that side red there, or have they decided what they want to do?
Not decided. Looks like he's shot, but like, would you ever just throw up a guard?
You could. I think based on what he just showed, though, is Team Adams might have an opportunity to come off the red into your yellow anyway. I'd be tempted just to get rid of this red.
On the side.
Yeah.
Clean, clean. Whoa, whoa. Clean, clean, clean. Set, 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 set.
Oh, there it goes.
Set. Buono.
Pretty good end result there.
Tenerlo
I think they call it the hit and roll the other way, but Team Adams is in a pretty tough spot here to get rid of that yellow and sit 2.
Togliere la gialla è difficilissimo.
Over on sheet 3, we're coming to the end of sheet end 6. Team Abe is playing an open hit, and he manages to make the hit and score as 2, so they are up by 1, winning 5-4 after 6. This morning, by this point in the games, we had a couple sheets ending, and sheets were kind of dropping off like flies. This draw, every game's pretty close, and everyone's fighting to stay within it, so that's great to see.
Wow, they had different commentators this morning, so they probably just wanted to get off the ice.
Yeah, probably.
The Doll side representative was here. Old turn and a half, we call him.
Yeah, Rob Lane, known for throwing
knuckleball,
half a turn down the sheet.
Being wide, making it.
He somehow makes every shot on the sheet, but he also does a lot for the Calgary Curling Club. He's on the board of directors and has helped set up the entire stream system here, and will be here all weekend. So
yeah, he sure is. He's over our right shoulder.
Yeah,
great guy.
We got to poke fun while we can.
We have to. I'm pretty sure it's going to come back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rob just said he's getting the mic next game, so Marcella and I might be in a world of pain at that point.
We might as well get our digs in.
Exactly.
Bob's probably downstairs faking an injury. Well, now is he throwing up a guard? Kind of looks like it.
Did you end up seeing what happened with Team Adamstown?
Missed it.
We're really good commentators there, Marcel.
Yeah.
We just
digging Rob, we missed it.
Yeah, we got a little distracted there. Overcurl on that guard a little bit there. I think it's pretty close, though. It's still the yellow rock is fully buried. Team Adams has 2 shots left to get in there.
Well, does he ever just try to clear some of that top stuff off, or come around with the intern, tab it back a little bit?
I think if you can if you play the come around, your rock's going to be wide open, and you leave Team Colli a similar shot, a lightweight hit to hit and roll and sit shot again. But I don't know what else Cole has. Like any rock you're running in, it's the other team's color, which
True.
doesn't help you a ton.
No, it sure doesn't. That could be a big
Decent amount.
mistake.
They try to sit first and third.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Left all their stones in the house, and I had none.
Yeah, take out your own rocks.
Yeah.
Back line.
So he's playing this draw. Looks like he's
Back
just
line, kind of like a
Like a
43, 44.
so back line shot.
I did hear them say that after this they want to sit
Now it's probably
first
through,
and
yeah.
third.
43, 42. Pretty close.
I think that means that they're hoping to roll away quite a bit, not leave Team Colli the chance to hit and roll back in towards the forefoot.
Yep.
Looks
Yeah.
close.
Whoa. Close.
Here comes.
Did they do it?
Did he achieve his goal here?
It looks like they did. They are first and fourth, which isn't really.
Great, but those two yellows are a pretty big target back there, I guess,
Yeah.
if they do a run.
Well, and I think the important thing was to get shot stone there. That
True, yeah.
sitting third or fourth doesn't really make a big difference unless you manage to get one of those yellows out. But by sitting first shot there, you leave yourself the opportunity to score two and then move on to the last end.
Great job.
We'll see what Team Colli does here. We have one game that has moved on to end number 8, and that's the Kidby Khonshu game on sheet 4.
Sono d'accordo.
Kidby is up 2 without hammer, so it should be an interesting finish there.
No. Mi piace chiudere il buco, va bene?
What would you throw here, Marcel?
Ghiaccio diretto.
Well,
Beh, ma
what are we
Franci,
down? Is he down to his last
che se lo
stone?
tiri.
Yeah, I believe he
Sì.
is.
Ah, ma no, tu bisogna giocare in auto. allora.
Man, at this point, I guess if he lets these guys get
If he
1
faccia
point,
il
it's
range.
not such a big deal, right?
No. And I think that's
Sì.
what they ended. I think
Yeah.
they're calling the guard to try and force here.
Take it away, yeah.
Yeah.
Uno.
You try drawing in there, you might just set yourself up for a disaster, and they may take 2 on you. But a guard here is fairly safe. You know, you can give up 1. But, you know, Team Adams, they've got an ability or a great ability for takeout, and they may just do something with those 2 on the back end of the house.
Yeah, you can definitely never count them
Tocca la
out, that's for
rossa!
sure.
No, for sure.
Linea, Edo, linea.
Little rub off. That's pretty perfect. I don't think you could block that hole any better.
Yeah.
We'll see if Team Adams can figure out a way to come in. It looks
Try
like they're
draw.
looking out that out-turn draw.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen anything out this far.
True, yeah. I mean, it's tricky. I mean, it's there, but
Well, and the nice thing is, too, if you have backing, but that can be detrimental as well if you end up throwing that rock a little too heavy, it won't curl for you. So you may have that backing, which is nice, but you might not be able to use it all that well.
so he's got his 1 point, but getting 2 here is pretty big.
Yeah.
No, no, ma era giusto.
Yeah, I
quella
think Team
guardia,
Colli
sono
would be happy going into end 8
d'accordo.
up
No,
1
l'unico mio
with.
pensiero era appunto o la guardia di là o avrà fatto dentro noi su bottom, in out.
Sì, però
No, c'è da dire che dalle mani gli esce largo, quindi potrebbe prendere il track e gli rimane fuori.
io non lo vedo neanche però nei bottom.
No, nel bottom no, hai ragione.
We have our first handshakes of the draw. Team Sturmey ended up
Infatti ci sta.
stealing one in end 7 to win 5-1 over Dalen Vavrick.
No, no, ci sta, hai ragione. Sperano che se lo forziamo così.
That was a really good game. Lots of rocks in play the entire time.
Very entertaining.
Dalen there on his last had a run back and
Non era
made
facile.
contact really well with the first couple stones and missed it by millimeters on the stone that he needed to hit, unfortunately.
Adams' draw here is looking really good. He's at
Perfetto.
14.85, so he is T-line weight. If he can get it there, those sweepers are working it hard.
He needs to go
Go hard, boys. Oh,
really
what
good.
a shot. What a shot.
And there,
That's pressure right there.
that is a clutch shot there, and you could hear Tyson Taves say, there we go, let's go. So
Yeah.
they're amped up, a tie game coming into the last end. We couldn't ask for anything better.
No, for sure. Yeah, you finish an end like that, that gives your team great confidence.
Yeah.
Should have a very interesting last end.
So this Bonspiel goes on for there's another draw tonight at 6:30, draw tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., draw tomorrow afternoon at 1:30, and then 4:30 tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. tomorrow night, and then Sunday there's a couple draws as well, 9 a.m., 12:30, and 4 p.m. is the final. So this Bonspiel goes on all weekend. It's great fun. We do recognize that it is Remembrance Day weekend, and tomorrow during the morning draw at 11 a.m. we will be taking a moment of silence on the broadcast to recognize Remembrance Day and veterans.
Well, Team Adams is going to be throwing up a center line guard here, I guess, to get that end, this last end started. Make it a little interesting.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to make sure this one touches the center line. If
very important.
It is very important now to do that.
Well, it looks like they
Go.
gotta hurry. Well, it should be all right. Nope.
Not quite.
He's going around.
Team Colli ignoring it regardless and going around.
Linea! Forte! Linea! Forte! Whoa! 14-8.
Looks like that might be behind the tee line, which would not be a great outcome.
Okay?
That's why you might see teams in that situation not throw that shot just because of that exact reason, but
Good.
Team Adams here now. They're gonna, looks like they want to throw up another guard.
this one needs to curl too if they want to touch center line.
There she comes. Again, there's that knifing action to just coax it over a little bit. Nice
So
shot.
not only does that one is that a center line guard and they can't be ticked, but it also guards their other guard, which kind of sounds a little funny, but it actually really prevents Team Colli from being able to tick that closer guard,
I don't remember now. I got
which allows Team Adams to have two guards instead of one if Team Colli decided they did want to play the tick on that one.
Forte, Albi! Whoa! Lì. Top bottom, Fiori. Linea. Whoa, Diamona. Devi andare. 16. Continua, bomba. Non fermarti mai. Franci.
Team Colli left that one a little light. This is opening the door for Team Adams and to put one pretty.
Coming around, is he?
Yes. This is probably pretty close to a dream scenario for Team
Top
Adams
four.
It
right
is,
now.
isn't it?
Line's good. Line's really good. You can go then. Line's really good. Hard then. Line's really good. Okay. Yeah, a little finish.
You see that rock come up a little late there too. It makes me wonder, that's 2 in a row that are late. I wonder if
Slowing down a little
the
bit.
ice is slowing down a bit.
But he's going to start peeling all that top stuff off anyway. Team Colli doesn't need any guards.
Set. Whoa.
Ooh,
Team Colli ends up getting rid of a bunch of their own rocks there.
they do, and they leave a whole bunch up top.
Can. All right, Evan, let's make a good one. You got it.
Line's good. Looking for top 4. Line's
Looks
good.
pretty good.
Running room. Tyson.
A little heavy there, but it's not the end of the world for Team Adams. Brings the play into the house.
Hard times because I guess he was kind of.
I might have missed it, Greg, but I did get like a 14-9-4 on that draw.
Lauta, cross.
So that's pretty keen. And I mean, I know they worked it to try to get it over there, but
Una va
and
bene.
start to make it curl to slow it down, but unfortunately it carried past that.
You'll have to time another draw here, see if it's your thumb speed or what's happening there.
Yeah, I guess we got to calibrate it. Ooh, look at this.
Really good shot there by Team
Wow.
Colli. That changes the end drastically for
A
them.
little bit of a yard sale there.
Yeah.
Everything is gone.
Luckily for Team Adams, there's still that one center line guard, but
Bene, perché abbiamo tutti e due patta aperta.
they'll have to
noi.
be very careful where they place the rest of these guards, otherwise they'll leave a chance for a double
Dal ghiaccio la pera.
double peel, and the game would be over at that point for them.
For sure. Well, let's see what this measures in time. Looks like it's going to be a little bit short, like a guard here.
Let it dig.
16-7-8. Geez, Parent and Hood have a tight one going here, don't they?
They do. It is it is 4-3, and they're a blank end in 7. So Team Hood has hammer in the last end. Tight game there. On sheet 6, it's come back. Team Jenkins scored 2 and 7 to be down 1 without in the last end against McEwen. It's pretty open play there, so Team McEwen's looking like they're in control, but you never know. And then Johnny Moe for Team Kidby's throwing his last rock of the game here. He's trying to get rid of a red rock for the win. Let's see what happens.
Ooh,
He did it. He managed to do it. So that means there's handshakes on sheet 4. Team Kidby wins 6-4 over Team Khonshu. A really good battle there too. That was a really fun game to watch.
Really was, yeah. Team Adams throwing up another guard, are they?
I think so. Their second guard ended up getting pushed into the house there, which doesn't really make a difference, although it does make a run back easier for Team Colli if they had to do that. But I think you'll likely see Team Adams throwing guards up for the remainder of the end
Yeah.
until their last rock or so.
And Team Colli will just continue on trying to peel everything off. But if they do actually hit, jam, and stay there, then game on.
Just a
Looks pretty good.
Ah, sopra.
Not bad. They were hoping to get both reds there, but just getting the one does the job.
Does the job, yeah, for sure.
I think it's
Team McEwen and Team Jenkins are coming down on the wire here. I guess,
like half.
does McEwen have the hammer? They do.
They do, yeah.
Up one.
Up one with Team Jenkins is sitting one with on the tee line with a yellow about a foot or 2 feet behind it. I think Mike can throw pretty good weight. I think this won't be an issue for him to remove.
Team Adams throwing up another guard. Hoping that Giacomi tries a hit and hits it on the nose and stays up front. Give him an opportunity to come around.
Yeah, here you really don't want to give them that opportunity to make the double peel.
Yep.
Jumping back over to sheet 6, Mike McEwen makes that hit and pushes his rock away from the 4 foot, which probably helps him a little bit there, opens the scoring area. So Team Jenkins is throwing to draw behind a corner guard. He'll be full 8 foot if he is directly behind the corner.
Here comes a big weight.
Let's see if he gets both rocks here.
Oh, there's what not we, that's what Team Adams wanted.
Yeah.
Just make it good.
That does make a difference, though, because now if Team Colli manages to hit and roll out, it still gives Team Adams the win. So not only will Team Colli, they'll be throwing against the loss instead of against going to an extra end, which might not affect some people, but
a little more pressure.
It does put a little more pressure on you. Let's see where Cole manages to place this rock. Where's the ideal position in your view?
Well, I think probably in front of that tee line, I would say top 4. They've been working on it just about all the way down here. Let's see, where does he put it?
Line looks really good. Wow,
Geez, where did old Dad say?
Yeah, pretty well. It does look like it's a little open.
That little bit, but he's drawing. He's drawing for his point. That's
yeah, from this angle it looks not quite as easy. Really good position there. I think they would have probably ideally put it a little more behind, but doesn't really matter because Team Colli is calling the draw anyway.
It's calling the draw, but pressure on. 2 in the house. put a broom to it yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. This might not be the greatest. Now they're on it. It's a 13-4-4.
Looks heavy. Oh, they got lucky.
Ah, look at that.
They managed to rub off the outside red and stay in the forefoot
Yeah.
for the win. So Team Colli wins 7-6 over Team Adams. What a game that was.
What a game for sure. Yeah, Team Colli knew he was a little bit heavy, and he knew he got a little bit lucky on that little tick off. But hey, they all count.
Yeah, they do. No one asks how; they just ask how many. So
Yeah.
that puts Team Colli at 1-1 and drops Team Adams down to 0-2. Over on sheet 6, we also saw the end of the game with Team McEwen drawing for 1 in end 8 and winning the game 7-5. That brings Team Mike McEwen up to 2-0, I believe. Just checking the standings here. Yeah, 2-0, and Team Jenkins down to 1-1. So as teams go down to that 1-1 position, it really shows how important that last stone draw is, as these round robin standings kind of start to shake out and teams end up in that 2-1 and 1-2 position. And getting into the next round really depends on how good your last stone draws were before every game.
Are we moving over to another sheet here?
I think we are. I think we're going to move over to sheet 7, Team
Parent.
Hood versus Team Parent. Team Parent is up by 1 without, with Team Hood sitting 1 on the top button there. This is a pivotal game here. Team Parent is 1-0, Team Hood 0-1, and the other two teams in their pool are both 1-1. So if Team Hood manages to win this game, it will put everyone in that pool at 1-1. Whereas if Team Parent manages to win this game, it sets them apart from the rest of the pool pretty good.
Where do you put the rock here, Greg? I mean, do you go just to the top of the red where they're indicating, or?
Well, I'm wondering if
up
you can
a little
play a
bit?
bit of a hit there, and from our angle, it looks like the yellow goes directly past
Yeah, it does.
the back red. So I'm wondering if you can play a bit of a board weight hit and try to get to
Bounce over to the.
bounce over a little bit and just get rid of that yellow.
You might tick the red on the way by, but I don't think it's gonna take it out.
Yeah, from that camera angle that you guys see there on the YouTube channel, it looks like it goes by as well, but we shall see. I'm not the best at angles, that's why I play lead.
There he comes. Working on it already.
Yeah, they were on it pretty quick out of Tyler's hand there.
Straightened up a little bit. Looks to be okay. Ah, beautiful shot.
I think we ended up getting an extra end over there on sheet 1, which
Really?
would be pretty impressive. Team Dunham from the United States was down 2 going into the last end, and looks like they managed to score their deuce and force an extra.
Some big ends in that game. A couple of them anyway.
Yeah,
3 of them.
another good game that was out there.
Sheet 2 is pretty close.
So Team Parent there managed to make that that yellow go away just like they envisioned, and they are currently sitting 3.
Looks like he's trying to make the triple here. And he does it. What a shot. What a beauty.
Team Parent is a relatively young team. They are a U25 team and also competed in the U25 event at the Saville last weekend and did pretty well. And they're having themselves quite the season, hoping to qualify for men's provincials and see how that goes and maybe even move on from there. But they're certainly putting in the time required and the practice hours needed.
They sure are. They work hard.
Yeah.
Team Colli. Little roll. Oh, that's a nice shot as well. That's a beautiful shot. Now what do you do, Greg? Who's got the hammer here? Hood?
Hood, yellow.
Take that top off.
Yeah, you might be. You could maybe try and play the hit and roll off the top and cover in front of your yellow there. Try and keep that one around. It was a very impressive shot by Team Hood on their last shot. It, again, changed the end completely.
Yeah, for sure.
Team Hood here is a bit of a club favorite. They are curling out of the Calgary club and have moved to Calgary this year, so everyone at the Calgary club's cheering them on.
Yeah, we sure are. Anton, who's the skip of Team Hood, actually works here at the club.
There we go.
And I think some of the other boys might as well. I'm not sure, but I know I've seen Anton out there before.
Yeah, they had a pretty successful week last week, managing to qualify for Worlds, which is very exciting for them. They'll look to continue on that success from last week into this week. We're coming down to the last few stones on some of the other sheets. On sheet 2, Team Johnson and Team Goring. Goring is up 5-2, I believe. But boy, oh boy, are there rocks in play. The house is
it there?
It's full over there.
Looks like red's sitting pretty good.
Back over here, what did Team Hood decide? A soft weight hit on that top, or on the red in the forefoot?
With that ice, man, I don't know. It looks... Yeah, it'd be soft weight hit, but is he just trying to go to the corner of it? No, that's a hit. Close. Got to be on it. Oh, they're starting to... Got to work it now. Coming over nice.
You know, they didn't probably hit quite as much as they were hoping for, but not a bad result. They ended up keeping their yellow in the house, so they do have 2 in the house, and they opened up that red a little bit as well.
So, Greg, would you ever just throw it up another guard on that red stone, or?
You could. You definitely could. I think the risky part about that is if you don't guard it perfectly, then Team Hood has a chance to get at it and potentially sit 3. Ryan here is thinking of getting rid of that back yellow, I think, and hitting and rolling. And that
1 and 2.
Exactly. Has him sitting 2, with Team Hood only having 2 rocks left. So a bit of a defensive play here. We'll see where he ends up going here. As long as he stays second shot, doesn't super matter where he goes.
I think is he just trying to hit nose there? Or?
Yeah, I think they wanted nose or a slight roll inside, which is probably perfect, but the main thing will be to sit 2.
I got to work the curl here.
Managed to get
Just
nose
to the
there.
nose, yeah.
We'll see what Team Hood's thinking here.
Well, he's got 2 shots. Got to get 1 to tie.
Mm-hmm.
Got the hammer. It's pretty wide open for that. We might see ourselves going into an extra end on this sheet.
What would you do here, Marcel? Would you? I'm wondering.
Well, his second shot's a draw. I think if I was him, I'd be drawing anyway. You know, get your draw weight down. You know, if he can get 1 really tucked in behind that guard and kind of in behind this one here into the 4-foot in a nice spot. Leaves him sets him up in pretty good shape.
I was wondering if you would ever play a soft weight hit on that one in the top 4-foot, try and get to nose, or slight roll inside and sit one that way, and then you bring your one that's in the 12-foot into play if you absolutely need to, doing that way. But
yeah, no, for sure that's good. And I guess it all depends on where his confidence is too, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been shooting pretty good here all game on his draws, and it looks a little warm.
A little warm and a little wide. And they're off of it right now, completely off of it.
Yeah, 14-2-8. Well, it ended I think
stopped.
It ended for shot, I think.
Yeah, is it? If not, it's second for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, still 14-2-8. So, I mean, honestly, you know, for like a 14 and a half, probably be perfect weight.
Perfect, yeah. Impressive that the ice makers can deliver ice that can sustain itself throughout the whole game.
I don't know. I've been on this ice a few times, and I thought it was a little crooked. But that might have been me.
I was saying thinking that might be your slide more than anything, but.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Still have 4 sheets going on out of the 8 out there right now. A couple sheets coming up to their last few rocks in the 8th end, including our sheet that we're watching right now. And there's one sheet over on sheet 1, Team Dunham versus Richards, that are in an extra end.
And the house looks pretty good over there for, well, it's actually sitting pretty good right now for Team Richards on sheet 1, isn't it? That's Richards over there, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah, that's red.
Yeah.
Last stone for Team Goring on sheet 2. They are up 5-2, and it appears that they are sitting 2. They're throwing a guard. We'll see what Team Johnson can do. Them, like Dalside, are capable of pulling out stuff that you don't think's there, so never count Rob out. There's lots of rocks in play here, and he might be able to manage to score a 3 ball and force an extra as well.
What's Parent going to do here? He's playing a little hit, is he?
Yeah.
Hit and duck behind.
Where's the perfect spot to leave this rock, Marcel? Is it to nose it, or would you want to roll?
I'd probably want to roll away. Like roll away, roll under, or roll away. Like leave. Oop. Is he actually going to be tight on the guard here? No. Yeah, he rolled away.
All right, so Team Hood has the same shot that they just had
To tie the game.
And force an extra end.
And sheet 1 is actually, what's going on there?
Comeback there in 6. 7
Ah,
minutes.
look at that. Nice shot.
All these extra ends are stressing Bob Gunaway here of Calgary Curling Club.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit stressed out.
He's got lots of time between now and the next draw is what he's telling us.
That's what he's saying. Everybody can take their time.
No stress at all.
No stress.
Everyone's just here having a great time. And we'll be having an even better time tonight at 7 p.m. when the Sliding Stones comes out and plays in our lounge here halfway through the next, half an hour after the start of the next set of games. So if you're in town, feel free to come out and grab an Original 16 beer and enjoy some live music. The Sliding Stones are a great local band that we have here at the Calgary Curling Club.
Yeah, they do a good job.
And they curl here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they managed
John Kaler, right?
They managed to beat us a few times. Oh boy, this is going to be close.
I think he hung on.
I think he did hang on. I think he got his point.
No, Team Tyler Powell saying it's red.
They're going to measure it.
It
is red.
They agree it is red, so that ends the game there. Team Hood just a couple millimeters too heavy there on that last one. So that puts Ryan up to 2-0 in that pool, and Team Hood 0-2.
Let's go over to sheet.
We're going to go to sheet 1, 2, 3.
Let's go over to 1. Well, if you're quick enough, Rob, maybe swing by 3 and 2 on your way. 3 on sheet 3. Team Teo has thrown their last rock. They're down 1, and they're drawing.
They have to make the draw, yeah.
Drawing full 8 for 2 to win the game here. The draw looks pretty good. A little heavy, but.
That's heavy. Oh no, he'll be all right.
Yeah. He makes his draw for 2 and wins the game. So the final score there is Team Teo winning over Team Abe 6-5. On sheet 2, we have our last stone from Team Johnson. They're taking their time figuring out what they need to do here, which is fair enough. There's about 60 stones in play here. It looks like they're throwing an angle run back. An angle run back double, I believe it is, to score his 3.
Yeah, he's got to get 3 to tie. Three to tie and then go into the extra end. Big weight coming.
Lots of weight from Rob. They didn't lay a lick. Looks.
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Ends up giving up a steal of 1 to Team Goring, and that'll be handshakes there. Team Goring winning 6-2 over Team Johnson. And then there was one sheet left of action here.
Don't know how many rocks they got left there, Greg.
1 each.
1 each, yep.
So Team Dunnan here needs to get, it looks like they're sitting 1. They're probably trying to put this one in a good spot to put pressure on Team Richards here. Where's an ideal spot for you, Marcel?
Top 4. Or front of the tee, not behind it.
Yeah, it looks like they might be a little, no? I was going to say a little heavy, but
really came down at the end.
Yeah.
Really came down at the end.
Team Richards from BC, looks like he's putting down the broom to make the draw. These guys, both, this is their first game.
Is he drawing? Is he trying to do that little hit? Roll in.
He might be.
Looks like a draw. Now they've been working on it. Now they're both on it, really working on it. Got to get it over to that 4-foot.
They're going hard. Not
Unfortunate.
Not
Well,
quite. Well, that wraps up draw 2 here at the original 16 men's cash bond spiel at the Calgary Curling Club. That was really fun, Marcel.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great, and I hope all of you who are watching had a good time and enjoyed the curling. And if you didn't enjoy us, hopefully you muted us pretty early. But the next draw will be at 6:30, so feel free to tune in or come on down to the